guys, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
There's some sport films out there that are just fantastic, and you can kind of fake things. I saw Taika Waititi's Next Goal Wins. You can kind of fake the football elements. You can't fake this. It's hard to fake this. So I wanted to start with you. When you're thrown in at the deep end, and you'll do it literally, pun intended, that was good. How did you find the thanks? How did you find experience? Because there is no faking it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, and we did do it, you know, for real. The process was hard because we started off at zero and we knew nothing, and that was evident. And 8 actors in a boat, learning at different speeds in different ways. It was hard, you know, and we rode in the snow, we rode in the rain, we did 4 hours a day. But George and Grant, they set us up to succeed, man. They really did, and they gave us the best coaches possible, and trainers, and a gym. We were down in Radley, and the best technology that people are using today. And when I read the book a couple of times before we did this, I felt like I understood rowing, and I felt like I knew what they were saying. And I've reread it again for this, and I didn't realize how profound it was, what I was part of with these guys. It was truly a special experience. We got to 46 strokes per minute, which is what the guys did in the film to win the gold, and that in itself is such a wonderful achievement, and I'm so proud of all of us.
Yeah. Joel, you don't get to do all that sort of heavy lifting, but the role of a coach is still quite a challenge, and you know the real guy that put all this together was quite a gentleman. I mean, for you, there's unique pressures, but also still pressures to play a coach, because you know these days coaches are quiet, but yours is quite quite a nice one.
I feel like the requisites for being coach is you just need to look like you're really unhappy, and that you're like inches away from having a stroke or a heart attack, and that you'd rather be anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's a sign that they care about whatever the sport it is they look angry about.
Yeah.
You know, and they care about their team and winning.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What's it like for you guys when you work with not just with someone like George, but someone that's an actor as well as a director? Because he's got this wonderful ability to do both, and all of his films have such a polish to them.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't know. I'm curious about your experience working with anyone else who's been an actor turned director, but the risk is that you end up with someone who's too prescriptive or kind of wishes they were playing the part themselves and tells you how to do it, which is not the case with George, but he understands performance, so he had a really good shorthand for understanding how to get the most out of me for what he wanted out of the character, and he obviously understands how a film set operates. He understands how that it's also better if you're having a good time while you're making a film. So, you know, and the fact that he wasn't putting himself in front of the camera meant that he really cared a lot about making this story, because it's a whole year out of his life when he could have been collecting bags of cash for, you know, being charismatic in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I'd say, you know, he was the most prepped director I've ever worked with. They really worked out how to use the cameras and the schedule. You know, I said they set us up to succeed. All the races were towards the end, so it allowed us to get better and better and better until that point. The parameters, he just brought the parameters in for me. He was like, it's within this space and this space, and don't go over there and don't go over there. So I really had this through line that I could just play within, and that was a liberating thing, because and I don't think it's necessarily because he's an actor. I think it's just because of the way that he operates and his experience and whatever. I've run out of words.
Yeah. I've interviewed him a couple of times, and he's such a lovely guy. Does he have any chinks in his armour? I mean, I know he's a terrible Batman, and that's probably what most people would say of him.
But wait,
even though he's kind of gone back to it.
He's not a bad Batman. That's one of my favourite Batmans.
You know
that's
what?
He'll tell you that he'll tell you that he's a bad Batman, I reckon.
But he went back to the world, didn't he? A couple of months ago.
What happened?
Have you not seen The Flash? Am I spoiling it for you?
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. Am I in it? No.
No.
Am I in it?
But someone else is at the end.
Sometimes I see Joe's movies and I'm like, am I in this movie?
Yeah.
He would have been, I have to say, he would have been. I wish I had the time to tell him this, but as an older Batman, he would have been a fantastic older Batman / Bruce Wayne. Maybe not the one that he did. But does he have any chinks in his armour? Is there some?
Wait, I'm sorry. Which Batman? He was the one with Uma Thurman, right?
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite Batmans. Why are we slagging this Batman off?
Arnie.
I love it. Poison Ivy, man. That was my
I
first
I do have a
crush.
soft spot for it, but yeah, I'm sure George would have a different
Right.
to it. But does he have any chinks in his armor? Is there any dirt on him? Because I feel like there's no.
Are you going to interview him later?
No. That's why I'm asking the question. So there's no.
I don't know, man. You know, I hate the word, but I'm going to say it. He's pretty unflappable. He's pretty unflappable. No, I don't really see any kind of weaknesses to his ability. So he's a very confident director. He's very he understands what he wants to collect in order for the film to work. So he's incredibly efficient considering how many moving parts are in this. And don't underestimate. It's pretty boring, but shooting from one boat to another boat, knowing that all these pieces are moving, I was like, oh, this is going to take hours longer than we expect. But nothing stopped him. Even like a big, ripping bout of COVID that swept through the entire cast didn't slow us down.
He was directing me from home on FaceTime.
Yeah.
In his dressing gown with a coffee. And he's like, just do it.
Definitely an espresso, right?
Just do it better.
Better than espresso. He's got a whole,
course it was an
whole room
espresso.
full of pods. He's got time to drink them. Yeah, unflappable. I've used that word 3 times in this interview now, and now I'm going to use it for at least 2 years.
Can I use it?
Yeah, borrow it.
But also,
He's unflappable, man.
Yeah,
He's unflappable.
Unflappable is the word of the day. And also, I've seen before, like when they, Jaws, Waterworld, never shoot on water, but George manages to do it. But like you say, I imagine when you went into this, you thought, God, this is shooting on water. People have done it and not failed, but had a lot of problems trying to bring their stories to life.
Is flappable a word? There are words that the un is a word.
It's flappable, unflappable.
I want to see someone flap him now.
I want to know what your favourite song is on the album.
Dreams, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All of them.
mine too. Yeah.
All of them. My
Is
granddad
that your
probably-
karaoke song?
No, I don't do karaoke.
What's your karaoke song?
Something from Queen. Don't Stop Me Now.
Nice.
There we go. I think my time's up. It's a good place. Unflappable, George? He's unflappable.
He's unflappable.
He's unflappable.
Ask him when you talk to him.
Yeah.
What flaps him?
Yeah.
Hey George, what flaps you?
Open
Because
with
Joel
that.
and Callum think you're unflappable.
Fat nipples, that's probably what flaps him. Guys, so lovely to talk to you. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys.
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys.